This page was created to teach Black history. Unfortunately, the American educational system was designed to exclude our real historical account, so we are here to dismantle it. It's time to enlighten those of us who have been kept in the dark. I am a Black man who didn't know enough about my own history, so I began to dig deeper and do my own research. Black history is American history, so I want people of all races and cultures to join together to learn our history as one. Here, I will share all of my findings. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe to Teaching Black History. The story of Anna Mangin. It is believed that Anna was born Anna Matilda Barker on October 1844 in the state of Louisiana. Her parents were Jacob Barker and 1P Shelton. Jacob Barker was a prosperous planter, merchant, and politician who was in his late 60s at the time of Anna's birth. It is of note that Barker, a native of Maine, worked closely with Rhode Island merchant Roland G. Hazard, who, using Louisiana state laws, was able to free over 100 northern-born African Americans who had been enslaved. It is possible that Anna arrived in Massachusetts through the ministrations of Barker, Hazard, and African American minister, activist, and Underground Railroad conductor Charles Bennett Ray. It is known that Anna was taken in by Ray's sister, seamstress and businesswoman Elizabeth S. Ray, and her husband, shoemaker and merchant Abraham M. Nahar, a native of Suriname. Anna was adopted by the childless couple and was known as Annie Mati Nahar. The New Guinea community signed a petition to the Massachusetts legislature seeking relief from segregation of Nantucket's public schools. The success of the struggle to integrate the island schools meant that Annie was educated along with white and non-white children at the South School on Orange Street. One of her contemporaries recalled that, to one unacquainted, she would unquestionably have passed for a white girl, yet she was African. Percentage was true to and dealt with colored people. She was a young woman of rare character and attractiveness. In New Orleans, she taught school for 4 years under the Freedmen's Bureau before moving to San Antonio, Texas. In 1870, Annie returned to New Orleans, where she took on the position of principal of the Coliseum School. By 1877, Annie was the principal of one of the McDowell schools that had been established from a bequest by a wealthy slave owner who left his estate for the support of free schools for children regardless of color. When she met Andrew Fix Mangin, a 34-year-old African-American native of Monroe, New York, who was employed at various times as a coachman and a teamster. He was described as a man with more than average natural shrewdness and intelligence. On August 17, 1877, Andrew and Annie married in New Orleans and moved to New York City, where Annie embarked on a new career as a cook and as a caterer, while Andrew went into business with his brothers and operated a hauling and moving business from a yard on Gold Street in Manhattan. On January 7, 1879, Annie gave birth to their only surviving child, a son she named for his father. Soon after the family's return to the north, Andrew Mangin bought a building lot on 5th Street in the Winfield section of Woodside, New York, in the county of Queens. And after he built a small house on that lot, he moved his family there. He continued transacting the freight business with his brothers until 1895, when he opened up a coal yard on that lot. Annie, along with her catering business, was also teaching some of the colored children in Woodside. Anna Mangin made a major contribution to everyday domesticated household needs in the 19th century. Her invention was the pastry fork. To hear Andrew Mangin tell it, his wife first came up with the concept of a simplified manner of making pastry by an improvement to the pastry fork, and then and there described it to him. The description was so clear and meant it that Mr. Mangin often says, when speaking of the incident, "I saw that fork just as plain as I see you now." Andrew Mangin went out to his tool shed and made a prototype of the fork out of yellow pine. Once Anna approved the model, Andrew had a more substantive model of the fork made, first from iron and then from white metal. Anna received the patent for the pastry fork on March 1st, 1892. The pastry fork had many uses, including beating eggs, thickening foods, making drawn butter, mashing potatoes, making salad dressing, and most importantly, kneading pastry dough. Anna was active in community-based activities. To take one example, in January 1907, she participated in a charity fair held on behalf of the Women's Loyal Union that supported the Industrial and Protective Union House for Working Girls in Brooklyn, New York. Mrs. Mangin helped operate the Star Booth, chaired by librarian Florence T. Ray. After Andrew Mangin's death, later in 1907, his widow and their son closed the coal yard but remained on the property until 1925, when Andrew Mangin Jr. purchased a chicken farm in Brookfield, Connecticut, and both mother and son moved there. Anna Mangin died in a hospital in Danbury, Connecticut on Sunday, March 1st, 1931.